Hey, it's 11:40 The Bet Las Vegas. Whether you're listening to us on the radio, checking us out on YouTube, it is almost game day. Your Raiders preview shows, we get you ready. Two big games at Allegiant Stadium this weekend. We got the Pac-12 championship, and of course, we got the Chargers coming to town to take on the Raiders. And joining us now from the Sporting Tribune, who covers the Chargers, is Fernando Ramirez. Fernando, first and foremost, first time on the show. Welcome to the program. How you doing, man?
Appreciate it. Now I'm good. Thank you so much. I just getting off of having a cold. I had a cold for a couple of days and my voice is starting to come back, so I'm excited about that. I'm day to day right now, but I should make a full recovery before Sunday.
Well, that's good because the Chargers and Raiders are dealing with a hell of a lot of injuries. Also, I'm getting the sniffles too as well.
Yeah.
I do need to ask you before we get into the sports, because like the sports are cool. They're gonna be there. And this is our first time, just for people listening. It's our first time talking to each other and everything. Your profile picture on Twitter, which by the way, on Twitter, you can follow Fernando at Real F Ramirez. It's you and Becky Lynch at the WrestleMania announcement. And then I see right behind you, Becky Lynch is over there. I'm a huge wrestling fan. I need to know if you are as well.
Oh yeah, huge. Yeah, no, humongous. I think wrestling is amazing. There's no off season. I know everybody's like, oh, it's like a drama show and it's not real. Well, to me, it's awesome. I think it's amazing. I think that, yeah, it has everything you want. It has athleticism with a little bit of drama. Who doesn't like all that stuff? Everybody's like, oh, I don't like drama, but ahí salen con tóxicos y tóxicas. Hey, I'm all about it. I'm all about wrestling. So
life's a drama. Like, come
I know
on.
exactly. So
let's get into this real quick before we get into the football.
Yeah,
so, who's your favorite wrestler right now? Current right now.
Honestly, I'm split between two, but if it had, Becky's my favorite female wrestler. Like, I think she's amazing, everything that she does. If I had to go with men, it would either have to be Roman Reigns. I like his character right now. I think what he's doing is amazing. Or MJF. I think MJF, what he's doing on AEW, he's carrying AEW right now. And I know they have John Moxley and Daniel Bryanson and all these other guys, but I think MJF is carrying AEW. And Roman Reigns, man, I'm so pissed off at Vince for having him be the Roman Empire and all this crap. If this is what Roman would have given us as a heel for years on end, he should have been a heel from the beginning.
He should have been the anti-Cena, just been the heel the
whole
time.
God, but him with Paul, like, find you somebody that loves you as much as Paul Heyman loves his tribal chief. Like, that's the kind of love I want. That's the kind of love I want. I want to find somebody who loves me the way that Paul Heyman loves his tribal chief.
I don't think this has ever been said, but find you a Paul Heyman out in these
exactly.
streets. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a Paul Heyman guy.
As we all should be. And you brought up AEW, so I'm just assuming. So we watch both regularly. Like how much wrestling are you consuming? Because there's a lot, and that's the problem. Yeah. There's so much. Sometimes I don't watch any.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't watch Raw and SmackDown on TV. I watch it on YouTube. I just go through the clips. Give me the clips. I'll watch all the pay-per-views. All the pay-per-views I will watch from beginning to end. It doesn't matter how boring the match is. Well, ever since Triple H took over, the matches have actually been very, very, very good. AEW, I don't watch as much. If MJF is out there, I'm going to watch MJF. Other than that, the product still hasn't 100% sold me yet. So I just think it's a lot of guys from WWE that have just made their way over to AEW. And like when CM Punk came back, I was like, okay, CM Punk came back. Then he starts complaining about WWE, and I'm like, okay, it's the same old CM Punk. Click. I'm good. So
that's my goat. Relax.
Yeah, my bad. But that's just me. Like, I didn't like that he came back and started complaining and all that. But like, yeah, I just love what MJF is doing. I love how he's like the biggest free agency box office of 2024 I can't wait till January 1st, 2024. I think WWE is going to try and steal him away. But I can't wait to see what kind of bag he takes home, because the way he's talking right now, like, he is going to be asking for a whole lot of money.
Yeah, and as he should. And honestly, I love our coverage of the Chargers and Raiders right now. So let's continue with it. I need to know your favorite wrestling match ever.
Shoot.
It's a very difficult question, I know.
I love so many.
Or even
I'm gonna have to go Undertaker, Triple H, WrestleMania with Shawn Michaels as a special guest referee.
That was my first WrestleMania. I think it's WrestleMania 28 in Miami. Who could forget Flow Rider performing, bringing the Rock out. Who could forget that?
Exactly. But I mean, just those two guys literally left it all out in the ring. Like they
It was
all three of
incredible.
them needed to help each other make their way up the ramp. So that to me, because Undertaker's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Rey Mysterio is one of them because I'm from San Diego, so 619. Rey's also one of my top guys, but just the Undertaker, the way he really like for years and years just left it out all out on the ring, it's incredible.
And the coolest thing was well, there was two cool things. Number one, there was two times that night when I got out of my seat and screamed like a little boy. It was when The Rock won,
Oh yeah.
and because the Rock's my guy. It's the whole reason why I spent my whole Pell Grant on getting the money to go down there. Like it's a true story. But also, when Undertaker kicked out of the pedigree
And
and
the
the
sweet
super
chin
kick
music.
and the sweet chin music. Oh my god, I said super kick. And the sweet chin music, and then he kicked out.
Oh my! I was like, no, I was like, no, it's over, it's over. And then he kicks out. I was like, oh my god! I'm like, what?
And then also the coolest thing too, which by the way, for any of anybody listening, like I know a lot of tickets have been sold, but if you can make it to LA for WrestleMania, like please
Oh,
do, because one of my favorite moments was when Undertaker finally won. Obviously, they're playing at Dolphin Stadium, they're in the stadium, and what they do is they put the fireworks also on the top.
oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
the fireworks went off. The match happened right. So, like, perfect timing because it was night out when it wasn't, because it started during the day. So it was night out. The fireworks are going out, and you're just surrounded by fireworks as like a
That's
dome of
awesome.
fireworks. And I was like, yo, this is heavenly.
Yeah.
So okay, we got you.
And all the rumors I keep on hearing about because I'm supposed to be well as of right now I'm gonna be covering WrestleMania 39. So all the rumors I keep on hearing about the matches. If you're a wrestling fan, you have to go.
Would you like to see, because I mean, obviously, I think that CM Punk is still under contract with AEW. I think that this was a perfect storyline because he really did get hurt and he's going to be out
Yeah.
for this long time. And I know that even with the video game, like they took him out the cover, but then some of these game stops are starting to get promotional items, and it's the original cover with CM Punk. That stuff goes through a lot of things where that may be not updated and stuff. But I truly think that AEW still has him signed and they're going to bring him back. And they're just going to let this drama unfold on camera, because why wouldn't you? That's money and everyone's going to want to watch because it happened backstage and this, that, and the third. But if that doesn't happen, would you be excited to see a CM Punk Stone Cold match? Because that's one of the
Oh
rumors.
yeah. But that's it. Like I don't want CM Punk to come back full time. They don't need him full time. They've
Damn.
no, they've
Really?
moved on. I think WWE's in a good spot right now with Triple H, with some of these guys that they're going to be bringing in. I think they bring him back, have him and Stone Cold finally give us the match that we've all been waiting for, and then hey, CM Punk, congratulations, thank you so much. We'll keep you in mind for future matches, but as of right now,
So
we're gonna
one
keep on
off.
going with our product. And if you know what, if CM Punk does well against, because Stone Cold impressed me last year. Holy crap! Like I couldn't believe he moved so well. He took a lot of hits that I was surprised at. So if CM Punk does well, maybe at SummerSlam you decide to bring him back. Maybe because I think Edge, it's gonna be in Toronto, and I think that's Edge's last match. Maybe Edge and CM Punk go at it one final time, and that'd be a good one. There's a lot of matches that I love. I'd love to see Seth Rollins against CM Punk. There are some matches, but you have to keep CM Punk in a controlled environment. Don't let him talk to any other wrestlers. Keep him by himself. You don't. I'm not trying to say that
So
he's.
you don't believe in the thing that one of the things I do is that I think AEW, like, they just need adults, because a
Yeah,
lot of things that go on even outside of the drama, just like putting a show together, making sure these matches go, it just doesn't seem like there's enough adults watching
yeah,
over
exactly.
things.
Well, the adult left. The adult said, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go back to the product that he crapped on for years. And I love that Cody Rhodes is back. Cody Rhodes is amazing. I love that he said, I have unfinished business, and he went back to WWE. He honestly broke the door down and said, hey, I'm not happy at AEW. I'm going to go back to WWE. That's going to turn a lot of, like Kenny Omega and some of these guys. I'm pretty sure at one point, they're going to be like, you know what? And MJF is a Cody Rhodes guy. That's why I feel like Cody Rhodes is helping WWE behind the scenes also to try and get these guys to come over. But I think Cody Rhodes moving back was a huge deal, and it's going to be interesting to see what moving forward what happens. But I don't know. You're right. There's not enough adults in the room, and it's a lot of kids, but like trying to put everything together, and I think that's what's hurting them. Losing Cody Rhodes was a huge, and they're about to lose William Regal, according to a lot of reports. That's gonna be another huge loss. William Regal is very good at what he does, and if WWE really is gonna put William Regal back in his old job or give him a new job, WWE is only gonna get better moving forward.
All this stuff is so spicy, and I'm also honestly I'm very surprised too, because the reason that LA is like everyone's freaking out over, outside of it being LA and finally the new stadium at SoFi Field, but The Rock.
Yeah,
Rock's a busy man. Black Adam's finally done after 15 years.
yeah, I know.
He has a lot of things going on, but ultimately, do you see him coming back?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And you know what? You know what I want? I wish it was. I wish Roman would put up the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. Put up one of them. Cody Rhodes music hits. They come out, they're wrestling, blah blah blah. Then number 30 comes out. If you smell, The Rock comes out to the ring. They're all competing. They're all competing. The Rock accidentally knocks Roman out of, like, it's Cody Rhodes. Let's just say Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins team up against Roman Reigns and The Rock. They start going at it. The Rock accidentally knocks Roman out of the damn ring. All this stuff, and that's how the drama gets started. Like, I don't know, just something like that. Like, something like that would be a lot of fun to
But
see.
you want
Like,
the
him
belt off of the match, or do you want the belt on the match?
Yeah, no, off. And you know what? I hate that Roman's gonna lose that streak, but I think that to really give people, hey, who's gonna win, Roman or The Rock? You need to take the belt off to really give people the curiosity of maybe The Rock can beat Roman, and you just don't know. So I think both belt. I think you need a belt back on Raw. Raw seems a little incomplete right now without a, like, what's his name just cashed in the Money in the Bank on the United States Championship. Like, that was so dumb.
But
like,
hey,
that was
but
dumb.
did you see the match though?
Yeah, no.
The
yeah,
past
no,
2 weeks they kind of like turned something that was a
Yeah.
debacle
100%. Yeah, no,
positive.
I get it, but I mean, at the same time, you need one champion on Raw, one on SmackDown, and I think Cody Rhodes, whether it be at the Royal Rumble or at WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes needs to win that championship. I can't wait to see him be the champion.
All right, two more questions here.
All right.
The second to last one. What's your favorite wrestling event ever? Whether you've been or watching, like, what's your go-to one that you could watch?
My favorite wrestling match ever was, because I went to this. It was in San Diego. It was Edge versus The Undertaker in a ladder match, in a TLC match. It was on what was that one pay-per-view called?
Unforgiven?
ECW One Night Stand.
No, One Night Stand. Okay.
It was in like 2006. And I remember my dad took me and my brother, because he didn't, well, we were young at the time too. My dad falls asleep, Batista comes out and he goes, bah, 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 bah. My dad like jumps up and he's like, what the hell's going on? I just started laughing. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, that's why you don't fall asleep at wrestling events. And
that's hilarious.
So we were just laughing. My dad didn't like wrestling. He's not like, he hates that we like watched it or whatever. He hates that. The one thing is, my mom and dad used to get mad that I would watch wrestling. Now that I have to go cover it and go to events, they're like, I can't believe you get
Mijo,
like,
you did it.
Yeah, I know. So they just started laughing about it. I'm like, see, you guys shouldn't have tried to stop me from watching it. But yeah, that TLC match, it was Edge and La Familia versus The Undertaker, because it was when Chavo Guerrero, Vicky Guerrero, and Kurt Hawkins and Woo 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 Zack Ryder were a part of Edge's cult. So it was that was one of my favorite events to go to.
Perfect. Yo, it's 11:40 The Bet. It is almost game day. Your Raiders preview. Last question: who's gonna win on Sunday, Raiders or Chargers?
I'm honestly, the only reason why I'm going to say the Chargers is because I think they have a lot more to play for. They have a wild card. Like, New England could lose Thursday night. The Jets could lose Sunday, and the Chargers could be in a prime position and try and take that last wild card spot. And I think right now the Chargers know that a lot, when I say a lot is riding on them making the playoffs. If not, that could cost some people some jobs. So
wait, sidebar, Brandon Staley's job?
No. I think it would start at the top. I think it'd be a little bit higher before that.
Why is he Teflon? Like, from this respect, I find it interesting that obviously, first off, the team hasn't had that success with some of the stellar pieces that it has on offense and defense.
Yeah.
But also, as much that's been talked about the analytics and going for on fourth down, this and the third, he was a defensive minded coach, and that's what he was brought in here. And like the run game for the run defense for the Chargers has been miserable, and the defense hasn't been that good, despite the pieces in Derwin James and Bosa, this and the third. Like, it seems to me that's never been a point of contention with the fan base. Is that just because I'm outside the bubble?
So, like, you're saying, like, okay, my bad. So you're saying that basically that the like his calling card is a defense, and the defense is bad.
Yeah, and like it doesn't seem that anybody like goes after him because of that.
No. There's been a lot of criticism of him because of it, and one thing he's gonna, or not him, but the fan base is pointing out, this is the reason: the injuries. They've been knocked with injuries all season. They've lost 3 defensive tackles and they're done for the season. They've lost Bosa for most of the season. On offense, they lost Keenan Allen for most of the season. They've lost Mike Williams for the last few games. So there has been a lot of injuries that has sustained. So it's kind of like the like this is what happens with the Chargers year in and year, like every year. We would have been better if the injuries don't happen. So that's kind of where they're kind of giving them a little bit of a pass because of the injuries. But last year, I mean, they were pretty much healthy the whole season. And they played a lot better. They were a lot better on offense. On defense, they were a little bit worse. I think they were worse last year on defense. But this year, what the defense is doing, really, Adrian, is they're giving them a chance at the end of games. They're holding teams. Like on Sunday, Arizona hadn't punted the whole game. They punted 4 times in the fourth quarter, and the Chargers defense was able to stop them all 4 times. So that gave the Chargers the ball back. They were able to win the game because of it. So that's the thing. The defense has been giving the Chargers, they may give up yards and touchdowns and all that, but at the end of games, they're giving the Chargers a chance, the offense a chance to win. So I feel like that's kind of where folks aren't really losing their minds, because they're like, well, at least at the end of games, they're giving these guys a chance to try and win it. But no, there has been a lot of criticism of Staley, especially this year, for more inside than out, because I don't think people really listen to the outside noise. Now inside, I mean, fans and media and everything, they have criticized the defense, and he calls it a work in progress.
Well, Fernando, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of upset because I wanted to keep it to just one football question and the rest wrestling for the Raiders preview show. But I had to ask 2. So Raider Nation, you're welcome. Before we get you out of here, though, Fernando, be sure to plug everything and where we can see your work and everything that you do.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So on the Sporting Tribune, I obviously cover the Chargers, and it's you can find all my work there, my Twitter, my Instagram, and I try and dabble in TikTok. My TikTok's more wrestling though, so I don't know how fans feel about that.
Vibes, let's go. As we
exactly. So all 3 of them are at Real F Ramirez. I was actually pretty lucky to be able to get it on all 3.
Facts, look at you.
So that's pretty cool. And then also I have a podcast with my co-host Gilbert Manzano. We're just 2 Latinos covering the NFL. Pretty fun. Not a lot of us that you see now. We know Adrian, who covers it as well, so that's pretty cool. Not a lot. There's not a lot of us, to be honest. So we started a podcast.
Mexicanos.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I got the
there you go. Okay, there you go. So we have a regular Compas on the Beat where it's called Compas on the Beat. We do NFL stuff on there. We have a show called Combat Compas. Gilbert's wrestling and boxing. No. Gilbert's UFC and boxing. I'm WWE. We do that. We do Compas FC for the World Cup. So if people want to check that show out, we're doing some World Cup stuff as well. And then we have a What's Up Bolts, which is a Chargers-based show. And then we have a Rams, because Gilbert covers the Rams, called House of Horns. So we're doing 5 shows on our podcast platform. Yeah, so we'd appreciate it if you guys would check that out. It's a lot of fun. And Adrian, thank you so much for having me on.
No, absolutely. And we'll be sure to put all your information in the description, wherever you're tuning us in. Fernando, I know it's the first time we've talked. I know we're going to talk a whole bunch more. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.